Hello weirdos, welcome to the video. So I'm going to go into some more reasons why you might be stuck at the current physique that you're stuck at, why you might not be building muscle, why you might not be losing the fat that you want. Being stuck is extremely frustrating, especially when you're working really, really hard. So I have 3 more reasons why you might be stuck. My video previously, if you did not watch it already, I suggest you watch that first and then come here. This is a little more nitty-gritty than the first one. The first one focuses more on bigger pictures. This one we're going to talk about 3 reasons why you might be stuck. So listen, learn, and try to live the advice that I'm going to hand out to you. Condiments, sauces, and dressings. Those are 3 things that a lot of people forget to track when they're trying to diet or trying to keep an accurate log of what they're eating. So never forget that dressings, sauces, and condiments, they all count. Sometimes dressings, just 1 tablespoon, can cost you a couple hundred calories. If you forget to log that in, you're eating a lot more calories than you originally thought. And it's usually fat, which, as I explained in my macro counting video, is 9 calories per gram. So you're ingesting a lot more of the higher calorie macronutrient than you thought, and that can really be holding you back in terms of your weight loss. It can really keep you stuck. So you have to be conscious of dressings, sauces, and condiments that you're using. Ketchup is full of sugar. Mayonnaise is fatty. Dressings are fatty. Even just regular sauces, marinades, you have to keep those in mind. You don't have to go crazy with them, but definitely keep them in mind. I'm a condiment queen. I love condiments. I love sauces. But if you go overboard, you're really gonna mess up your progress. When you think of failure, you probably don't think of positives. But when it comes to bodybuilding and changing the way that you look, failure is necessary. Failure is necessary for change. When you want to change, when you want to build muscle, when you want to lose fat, you need to break apart the muscle. So you need to break yourself down to build yourself back up, to make you stronger, better, faster, more agile, whatever your goals are. So failure is necessary for growth. Failure is necessary for success in this particular area of life. So if you're working out and you're only working out to your certain ability and you stop when it really gets uncomfortable, you're not going to move forward at all. You need to fail sometimes. You need to get to the point where you can't lift another rep, where you can't run another step, where you can't stay on the elliptical any longer, when you feel like you're going to just break apart. There is a limit. You should be careful. You don't want to injure yourself, but at the same time, you do want to grow. So obviously, if you're on the bench, if you're on the squat rack, if you're doing anything super heavy, you want to have a squatter, or you want to have the bars on the side of the rack to be able to catch it when you go down. You want to keep safety in mind, but make sure that you're failing enough. Make sure that you're doing workouts to failure, because if you don't, you're not going to grow. You're going to stay at the level that you're at, and you're not going to see any changes. So failure is a good thing. Change the way you think about failure. Failure is necessary for growth. Failure is necessary for success. It's the uncomfortable growing pains that need to happen on your way to reaching your goals and changing your body. So be a failure. Try it out. You'll see that once you start failing, you'll start succeeding at the same time. You need to signify to your body that you need to be stronger. So if you try lifting a weight, and even if you fail at that weight, your body's gonna get the message that you need more muscle, stronger muscle, to be able to do what you wanna do. Once again, and I said this in my other video, your body doesn't know what's going on around you. It doesn't know what century you're living in. It doesn't know the circumstances you're surrounded by. So if you're constantly trying to lift heavier than you can physically lift, your body just gets the signal that you need to be stronger. It doesn't know why. You might need to be stronger to lift a car off of your mom. You might need to be stronger to save your own life or someone else's life. It has no idea what's going on. It just knows that you need to lift heavier, and you're constantly trying to lift heavier. So it's going to try to help you. Once again, your body's very smart. So it's going to pick up on this, and it's going to make you stronger, but you have to lift things that you cannot physically lift. And as I said, you're going to need a spotter, or you're going to need some sort of bars like on the side of the squat rack to catch it. Don't put yourself in danger, but if you don't lift heavier than you can, your body's never going to get the signal that you need to be stronger than you currently are. To be the bearer of bad beverage news, say that 10 times fast, but alcohol is not going to be your friend when you're trying to change your body, trying to be your healthiest, trying to lose weight, trying to add muscle, any of that. So calories in alcohol are completely empty calories. That means there are no nutrients in them. Your body's not going to be able to use them for anything. Alcohol is poison, so it's not going to help you in any way health-wise. Also, alcohol is used as the first fuel when you're working out. Your metabolism is going to go after alcohol before it goes after fat, carbs, or proteins. That's not good. That's going to stall your weight loss. When you're working really hard the night after drinking, which is already tough enough, your body's going to burn up that alcohol before it's going to go for your fat, before it's going to go for those carbs. So you're basically stopping your body from burning what you want it to burn. Alcohol also lowers inhibitions, as I'm sure all of you know. That can lead to eating more. You're hungrier. You're hungrier the next day as well. You generally lean towards greasier foods. So all over, alcohol is not going to help you in any way. If anything, it's going to be a detriment to your health journey. I understand that nixing alcohol completely is unrealistic. We all have social gatherings. We all have that glass of wine every once in a while. That's fine. But if you start drinking a lot, you're gonna see that your health is gonna suffer drastically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I say stay away from alcohol. Your best bets are probably wine or any straight liquor. Then you get into the whole cocktail deal. Cocktails are not your friend at all. They're gonna make your hangover worse. They are completely full of sugar, and that's carbs, unnecessary carbs that you're not gonna use up. So alcohol, you might just wanna steer away from, at least for first few months when you're really looking to ramp up your health journey and your weight loss journey, your muscle building journey, whatever journey you're on. Alcohol is not going to help. As I said, it is unrealistic to totally do away with it. So if you do want the occasional glass of wine, the occasional beer, the occasional rum and Coke, go for it. It's kind of a balance between no and YOLO. You have to find that balance, but at first I'm gonna say no to alcohol. It's gonna be one humongous reason why you cannot lose the weight. Some of that advice might have been tough pills to swallow, especially if you're used to doing things a certain way, used to living a certain way, but you're gonna have to change it up. I've said this once and a million times, I'll say it again a million times. You need hard things to grow. You need to challenge yourself. You're not gonna change unless things change. Things don't change unless things change. So keep that in mind. You might be uncomfortable, you might be feeling the growing pains that comes with doing reps to failure. You might be feeling the growing pains when it comes to nixing alcohol for a little bit. You might be feeling the growing pains when it comes to either using different sauces and condiments or laying off them altogether, or really watching your intake, buying measuring cups and tablespoons and really measuring them and being responsible and taking responsibility for your life and what you put in your mouth and what you do and how hard you work. It's gonna be so fulfilling. It's gonna be really hard at first, but you can do it. It's hard, but you can do it. You can do it. And you're gonna feel so fulfilled and so challenged and so accomplished, and you're gonna get to your goals if you listen to this advice. You will, I absolutely promise that. So work hard, stay weird, stay strong, stay confident. Use these tips and go prosper. Go lose the weight, go build the muscle. Go just be your best self. Why not? You only have one life, you might as well have the best life with your best self.